Hello, my name is Miss Nikki with Stone Academy. And for those of you guys who don't know me, I've been a nurse for 30 years and we offer training, CNA, phlebotomy, medical assistant, billing and coding, a host of other allied health careers. But today, that's not why I'm here. Today, I'm here because we're going to watch this video and get a reaction from the public about how this young lady conducted herself and if it was warranted. So just to put it in context, this is a temporary CNA. She went somewhere to work and apparently something happened where they said, you know what, stop working, your behavior is wrong, and asked to leave. Well, she didn't like that. And she asked for them to sign her paper, her document. So, you know, like when you are a CNA or when you go somewhere and your staff, your extra staff, to prove that you were there, you get a little document signed. Well, they didn't do that. So let's take a look at it first, and then we're going to put it in context. I want to have a discussion of if you think she acted appropriately, if it was warranted, or do you think that, you know, it wasn't? And what would you have done as a manager? Would you have signed her paper just to get her out of there? Or do you think that would reward bad behavior? Let's take a look and you tell me.
No, because he's not listening. I just want somebody to sign my paper, bro.
You're not listening.
Can you sign my paper? No, just please just sign my paper, please.
He has no problem.
Yes, you do. You know you do. Please, you
Step
please just
outside.
sign
You're
it.
not going anywhere.
Please,
Get that?
please, you do. Give it to the supervisors.
On February 11th, 2024, at 12:47 p.m., an assault occurred at Warren Bar in Orland Park. Officer Conway responded to a disturbance involving Yushana Dotson Powell, age 19, and Warren Bar staff.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, take a breath.
Please, excuse me, ma'am. They telling me to go home, and I'm just telling them to sign my worksheet, and I'm going to leave the building.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the building.
Staff reported Yushana Dotson Powell, a temporary CNA, had been asked to leave due to unacceptable behavior. According to Leslie Douglas, Yushana retaliated by screaming, cursing, and threatening to fight.
So as you can hear, there was an assault involved. So I'm not quite sure about that. And, you know, assault can mean you threaten someone. You know, battery is the bodily harm. And it depends on what state you're in or city and jurisdiction. So let's find out. But I noticed earlier she was on her knees begging to have her paper signed. But then you also saw the behavior. So again, I would like to know in the comments how you guys would approach this. Would you just sign her paper? Or again, do you think that's appropriate? Let's keep going.
Y'all trying to pay me for my business 6 in the morning. I just want to get back. Oh, he looked
So
me.
is this the only way?
Yes, this is the only way. For one of them to Saturday, I just want to go.
Yeah, but you're screaming at me, and I can't process what's actually
Okay, I'm
happening
sorry.
because it's too much.
Okay, I'm sorry, but can you please just ask
I'm
him
not
to-
trying to remove
Can you please
in an
just, all I
aggressive way.
need is for him to sign my
Who's your
paper.
supervisor?
Upon Officer Conway's arrival, Yushana was screaming hysterically at the entrance, making it impossible to communicate.
Try to
Ma'am,
sign it.
I can't
No,
hear.
because he's not listening. I just want
You're
somebody
not
to sign my paper,
You're
bro.
not listening.
Can you sign my paper?
Listen.
No, just my name and sign
You're
it.
going to
You just
listen
need to
if you're-
sign. Why are you touching me?
Because you're not listening,
Can you
and they're
please
asking you
sign
to
this?
go.
Again, I need
Can you please? Why are you touching?
Okay, so I see a few things here. One, she's hysterical still. She's asking for someone to sign her paper. I think this could have been de-escalated by maybe the cop saying, or walking her out. Obviously, the cop cannot touch her. And see, a lot of people, oh, the cops are coming, so this is going to get bad. No, sometimes the cops just want to de-escalate the situation and handle it. They're coming into an irate situation as well. So by her just trying to hold her arm, she's trying to calm her down. And that's probably not the best approach. But again, you know, that's not my job either. I just want to know, what do you guys feel about that as well?
To my phone.
You're telling me to
Please,
take your phone
I'm
to
asking you
go.
to have them sign my
I'm
paper.
not having them do anything.
I please,
You're
I
not
just want to go
listening. Get
home.
out.
Please, please. Oh my God, I know
Let's talk
that.
outside. Let's go.
No, no.
Let's talk outside.
No, listen. I just need a signature to go home.
Even with backup, her screaming hindered attempts to speak with others.
I just need a signature. I just need a signature, and I can.
talk to her.
No.
Step outside.
Going outside. No, just ask somebody
This
to
is
please.
all being recorded.
Just please sign it, please.
This is all
I'm
being
begging you,
recorded.
just
I
please.
No problem.
Please,
You can just calm down.
please, just sign my
Do you hear
paper,
what he's saying?
please.
He has no problem.
Whoa. So, again, that behavior is out of control. Could they have assigned her a paper? Was she there? Technically, yes. Regardless if it was bad behavior or not, and you actually worked that shift, I still have to pay you. That's the law. Do I have to sign your paper? I'm sure I don't. I don't think, I don't know about the complete laws about that, but if it had to come down to I worked the shift, I could prove it, but I can't get this document signed, but I could prove that I was there, then you have to take that up with the workforce, the workforce solutions agencies and stuff and EEOC. So eventually she would have got paid, but does she know that? And did she want to go through so many steps? I don't know what's happening in this young lady's life behind the scenes, that maybe she really needed that money that day. And I am not trying to take up for her bad behavior, because honestly, I probably would have had the cops pick her up and take her outside, because at the end of the day, is that not verbal abuse around those residents? You could probably lose your license screaming and yelling in a place. And that's not cool. And I'm sure she worked hard for that license that she has. She probably came in, everybody knows, extra when they were down, and worked probably, like I said, 2 shifts, and then who knows what happened, and then you're out of there. But I must say this: I have been to so many different nursing homes and medical staff where the behavior is terrible. They're playing music down the hallway, they're cussing, fussing, and fighting. And then you have, not all of them. I'm only talking about the ones that I can talk about. The other ones, kudos to you. You're doing your job. Thank you for keeping our whole agency awesome. Our whole plight of nursing awesome. But you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones who know that they can't probably get anybody else to do that job, and they're taking advantage of it. In this case right here, I'm not sure what we're looking at. She's definitely having a mental breakdown. And that's where mental health comes into play in nursing. And I think everyone on the medical staff should have the opportunity and the option to talk to some kind of therapist on the job. I think that should be a thing. But let's keep going.
Yes, you do. You know you do.
So while we're waiting for this to buffer, I would like to know what is going on with her in the background. So I'm not going to play this whole video, and I will watch it at the end to see if there was anything going on in her life. I would just like to know from you guys,
Step outside. You're not going anywhere. You get that?
what would you have done different?
Please, you do. Give it to the supervisors.
Calm down.
Can you please just sign my paper?
Grab
You
your
put
jacket.
water block, and that's not
Stop.
the name.
Stop.
And that's not my name. That's not his
This
name.
is all being recorded
No,
right
he's
now.
cheating. He just cheated. He is cheating. No.
Please step out.
No.
You're being asked to step
No.
out.
Why?
Yushana eventually
So doesn't it look like they signed it? To me, I think that's what that meant, but she thinks it's somebody else's name. Look, let's not worry about the name, young lady. We got it signed. Now you can leave, is what I feel.
exited, continuing to curse and spit at staff and officers.
Whoa.
This incident underscores the inherent risks faced by healthcare staff in their daily duties and the importance of rapid response protocols.
I came upstairs, she was in the hallway dancing, and I said, oh, you just gonna dance while supervisor's walking around? She was like, I'm on break. I said, okay, well, if you're on break, you need to leave the floor. I'm watching the resident. So either you're on break or you're watching the resident, so she don't want you to tell her nothing. So I came downstairs to the supervisor.
Into the room in who is she? What is the name? Do we have her name?
Her name is Yushana, what is your
So I guess you guys heard that. Apparently, she was supposedly on break. She's dancing in the hallway, and she was asked to stop. It's crazy how we cannot talk to people anymore and ask them or critique them or tell them to do anything. You get so much attitude nowadays. You cannot say, hey, do this a different way or this should be better. It's like, what? What did you tell me to do? Where is the respect for authority? There's like no respect. It's like, yes, ma'am. Okay, you're right. My bad. Let me not dance in the hallway. I was just dancing with this resident because I decided maybe not to take my break or come back early. But you're right. Let me take it to the side or let me stop. Instead, it's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm on my break. Whoa, whoa. That is not how you respond. Even if that supervisor has it out for you, right? And you walk down the hallway past each other and both of you guys are rolling your eyes, which is bananas. But even if it's that, there are ways to go around or to address that situation. You can go to the administrator, you can go to the board. You can take it as high, you can call the State Department. You can take it as high as you want, but that attitude is not going to get you anywhere. Let's keep going. Let's find out if the supervisor has any issues too.
You trying his last name? I don't have his name in front of me.
So you want more than just her leaving today?
Yes.
Okay.
She literally charged at this lady.
She did. And
Like she wanted to fight. She told me to get my motherfucking hands off of her before she,
Okay.
And so
So you said she charged it?
Oh, so she was squaring up on her. So she wanted to fight, come with it. Okay, that takes it another place, right? So she's squaring up on this supervisor. See, I'm not gonna do that. She looked like she got a little fight in her. So let's keep going.
You.
she did.
So that would be assault if you believe that you were in fear of receiving a battery. A battery is a physical connection where she's going to physically harm you. So do you think it was assault or is it disorderly conduct where she's disturbing the
No,
peace?
she was getting ready to come. They stood in between her.
Okay.
You hear that? Disorderly conduct. So if they can't get you for assault, they can't get you for battery. Are you disturbing the peace? You know what I mean? So you can still go to jail, whether it's a misdemeanor or a felony. If they need to detain you, they will. So.
Do you know that CNA's name?
Yeah, Ushana Powell.
Okay.
Shana
Um, what is your role here? Your rank?
Manager.
Okay.
Manager.
And she is a CNA.
Yes.
And she is like a temp worker that came here for the day, or does she
Yes.
normally come here?
She normally comes here. I've seen her here several times.
So, have you ever had issues with her before?
No.
Okay. And so today, what happened?
So today she came in, she was in the hallway, she was on her phone dancing. And I've seen her before. She don't want you to tell her anything, so I really don't say anything. But I was walking around, but she on the floor dancing. So I told her, I was like, you see supervisors walking and you just gonna continue to dance. And that's what she told me, I'm on break. I said, okay, if you're on break, then you need to leave the floor.
And you guys, dancing is not the most horrible thing you can do at a nursing home. I mean, you got to think about it. It's a lot of depression going on around there because people are not at their best of health. Their family members are sad they're not at the home, or they have to have them in there, or they can't come and help, or they're there alone and CNAs are the only people that can bring joy to them. So the dancing, was it a joyous event? I don't know, as long as it wasn't twerking. But still, the bottom line is, I asked you to stop and I'm your supervisor. It should have been, zip. Okay, no problem. But that's not what happened. Now, you may have an assault on it. In a split second, your life could change. It's all about your decision. You decide to cut somebody off in traffic, or somebody cuts you off and you decide to chase them down. And in a split second, or you hit somebody, they fall down and hit their head and they die. Dude, is that worth it? Walk away.
So then she was like, well, I'm watching the patient. So I said, oh, okay, you gonna watch the patient, or you on break, or you watching the patient? She was like, well, why you disrespectful, ma'am? I said, I'm not disrespectful. I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing. I continued to keep walking. So I went downstairs to talk to this young lady to find out what was
Your
going on.
supervisor?
She's not my supervisor. She's
But your- okay.
She's the CNA supervisor.
Okay.
So she's the CNA supervisor. So I asked her, I was like, so she said she's been having problems with her all day. I said, well, we need to send her home. I said, do we have enough coverage? We can go ahead and send her home. And she was like, yeah. I said, well, you want to go? I said, we can. She said, we can both go. So we went up there. She told me she needs to go. So now she on break, right? She down there. She's sitting down. She's charting. She's documenting, but she on break. She was like, well, I got to go home. What I'm going home for? I said, are you really asking that question? I said, well, first of all, you said you was on break. You didn't leave the floor. I said,
How many people go on break and still have to work? Now, I tell my nurse aides and my people I train, look, break is break. You've got to separate yourself from the job because you have to have that mental health moment. Go outside, look at some trees, calm yourself down, do the 4-7-8 breathing, whatever you have to do. But if you're still working and you're on break, then you're not giving yourself any mental time. And so I can imagine, and Lord forbid, I don't know how many doubles she's done. I'm not, giving her any excuses, but because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own behavior, right? And I mean, I don't know about the supervisor, but she sounds like she's not doing no playing. The other CNA supervisor said, I've been having problems with her all day. If you came to me and said that, you would have to tell me what problems you had, and we have to document that. I'm not just going to ride or die for you and say, okay, well, let's kick her out. First of all, let's talk about it and see what's going on. And then I'm going to call her in my office. I'm going to sit her down, and there's no telling what's behind the story of why she's acting this way. And I know some of you guys are saying, well, that's not my job, and I think that's a problem here. I think that we all feel that we're not responsible for each other. And I think we should be, especially in this field. You never know who you're going to help or who you can help by just offering that olive branch.
are you on break now? What the you talking about? What the f? She just escalated from like 0 to 10 right there. So she got up. She started telling her, get the away from me. Get the away from me. Out. She's still at working. The director, executive director.
Okay.
So he's like second in charge, but
Okay.
he's the only one here, so he is running the whole building. So I told him to call him, and she still started escalating, and then she got up, so I stood back. So she was like, what the f*** you gonna do? And then she started coming to me, and I kind of stepped back, and then I'm not gonna get hit. Right, she stepped out. I'm gonna get hit though. So she came in front of her.
Let's be honest. That supervisor would have had her in a chokehold. All she had to do was give her one clank, 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 and that little girl would have been down on the ground. So I do not know why she came at her like that. And there's no good reason at all. So again, we're at a situation now where, okay, you're about to have an assault in the hallway. And sometimes it's not mental health. I mean, it's not just mental health. There could be drugs involved. I'm just going to say it. A lot of people don't like saying the things that could help them. Was there? And if this young lady is out here, we want to get your take on what really happened, what was going on in your life. Please let us know. All you guys in the comments, let's see if we can get this young lady on, because we need to know what the crash out was for. And if she went back to apologize, because I think she should have. I think she really should. And that's just the best thing to do. Skip to the end. How about that? So we're going to let this thing buffer all the way to the end.
No, listen, I just hit
Let's
you
see
in
if
that
we can get, okay, she's outside.
Just get off of me.
Okay, let's
I'm
see
ready
what's
to go.
happening.
I'm so ready to go, G. I'm ready to go. My bus is gonna pull up literally, and nobody finna take me home. I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit, but my work, my job. Fuck, this shit lame. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. They got me running for what? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I am so.
Y'all, we talk about cops, but there's some cops that are really, really nice and got a lot of patience, because I'm not going to go through all that. I'm not going to. Once you hit my door, because I've had that in my school where I've had to call the cops, and, these people are crashing out and they're wanting to fight you, and all you're there to help them. But a lot of people don't understand that you're there to help them, but you got to come my way too. Right. So, and after they hit my door, I'm done. Let the universe deal with that. Because, you try to meet that person with good energy, not with their same energy. You don't want that, because then that's going to change who you are, and you don't want to do that.
to go right now. I'm so irritated. I'm ready to go home and go to sleep, G. I'm ready to go. Let me order my Uber, G, because y'all is what? This is making me so mad. I'm ready to go. Like, what? Like, I'm ready to go, G. Don't you talking about calm down on my dear grandma? They got me standing right here for what? For what? I didn't threaten nobody, hit nobody, and touch nobody. On my dear grandma, they ass touching me.
So it's
They
gonna
ass
be
touching me.
MV.
On my dear grandma, three police right here for what? For some 3G on my dear grandma, what the f talking about right now? I'm not doing shit. Fuck, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Like, leave me alone. Let me go home. All you gotta do is put DNR on me. Y'all never see me again, bro. Never. So for y'all to sit in my face try to argue with me, it's lame, bro. Lame. It's lame. On my dear grandma, that shit lame, bro. 10 years old, bro. I'm ready to go home, bro. I'm ready to go home. This shit lame as hell, bro. This shit lame as hell.
So by the language and what she just said, she's very young. I'm gonna say obviously maybe the people around her have that same attitude, energy about things, and somebody's not giving her good advice. There's no elders out here anymore because everybody want to be aunties and uncles and unks, should I say. And there's nobody out here teaching these young ladies and young men how to be. Yeah, we can coach a basketball league or a volleyball league, but where are those kids when they leave your court? Are they out on the streets? I mean, and like, oh yeah, well, they have parents and what have you. And I don't want to get on my soapbox, but hey, those parents could be this parent. Doesn't know any better. So what are you doing? And I'm so tired of hearing about all this fatigue we have for people that look like us or are in our culture, because what are you doing to change that other than talking about them and downing them? And when, a society needs your help, what is your plan except for just to be negative about it? So me personally, I would love to meet this young lady. I would love to give her and other elders like me or better than me all get together and help ladies like this, because that's what we do at our school. I'm telling you, we're not just a school. Stone Academy is a lifestyle change. If you make it out of our academy, you might not like me at the end, not exactly, but you're going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate me, and you're going to look back. I don't care if it's 5-10 years from now, and you're going to say, yeah, I remember that advice. As long as we plant a seed, and this lady needs a seed to be planted, watered, thunderstormed on. So let's end this. Let's see what else we got.
This shit pissing me off on my grandma. This shit pissing me off. Can I go, please? What's going on? You tell me what's going on?
Yeah, they're in there talking to those people investigating.
What? This stuff was literally like 2 minutes long.
I know, but you were causing a whole scene in there.
2 minutes. Why am I still right
He
here?
said you caused the whole
thing
scene.
was just like 2 minutes long. Literally. I just left the building at 35, 38, whatever time it was. It was 12:46 when it started.
Let's keep going. Let's get to the end. See what happened.
Okay.
Orland Park for it. What I got a ticket for?
Assault.
I did not touch anyone.
Here we go.
I did not assault anybody.
Then you can go to
I did
court.
not
You can
threaten
talk to them.
anybody.
You're screaming right now.
But I did not threaten anybody.
When I was on
okay,
scene,
give me the
you-
ticket. Give me the ticket.
You got to sign right here saying you're a
Give me a
CNA.
ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, she has to sign.
You just go to the judge and talk to
I
Give me
him.
the ticket.
Okay.
Yes, in the way.
Ushana Dotson Powell was stopped and issued an MV citation for assault, with a court date on March 5th, 2024. Leslie, the victim, was also given the court date.
It's technically assault. This is what it's photographed.
I need to find out, try to get some court documents to find out what happened in court, since she had court that day. I'll find out and get back with you guys. We'll do a follow-up.
Okay?
Okay.
Assault is when somebody threatens to commit a battery, and the person receiving it, who would be receiving the battery, is in fear of receiving that battery, right? So, like, even if she spat at you, that's battery. Like, there's a physical connection, that's the problem, right? But there was no physical connection, but it was the threat of the physical connection, that's assault. So there's court date March 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. at the Orland Park Civic Center, which is 14750 Ravinia, right here in Orland Park.
Okay, that's by the DMV, right?
Yeah, across the street.
Okay.
So if you want a copy of the report, you can request it at the
Now, this poor supervisor has to probably be in court over all of this. Over what? Oh my gosh. Sad.
All the witnesses that were in the room with us there earlier are going to be added to the call as well. So there's going to be a lot of information. There's going to be a report about the whole situation.
Okay.
All right? Okay. And if you change your mind, whatever you choose to do, you decide to not show up, they will probably discontinue it unless you have a reason or an emergency as to why you could not be there. But if you choose to not continue it, that's your decision. Okay?
Okay.
Is there somebody that could answer this? Do you want her banned from this location?
100%.
Okay. So we're going to put a criminal trespass on her that if she does come back to this location, even if she comes back in 25 minutes and says, I forgot my headphones or something, right? So if she comes back, she needs to be notified that she cannot come back here. Once she is notified and she still chooses to come back here, she can be arrested for criminal trespass if she comes here.
If you get banned from my school, if I take you to a clinical site, to a hospital, and you get in trouble at the hospital, you are fired. You have to go. You're already exhibiting the behavior that the medical field doesn't want and doesn't need. Again, like I said, we battle so much in medical. We are true soldiers. You talk about the military, we can stand right next to them because what do we show up, rain, sleet, or snow? We work doubles. We are soldiers. We just don't carry weapons. Our weapon is our heart, our minds, a stethoscope. So anyway, I'm going to end this again in the comments. 1, would you have signed her paper? 2, what do you feel about the supervisor? Do you think telling her to stop dancing was appropriate? Was it appropriate the way she responded? Do you think she should have got an assault charge? Do you think that she should have other charges such as verbal abuse? And what do you think was going on with this young lady? Let me know. Thoughts and prayers, everyone. Be good to each other. I'll see you in the next one.